Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Sniper Elite 4. Today we'll be ranking every pistol in the game and I'll be explaining why some pistols are good and some are utterly useless. Now this list is my opinion, so feel free to disagree, and if you do, tell me about your best and worst pistols in the comments. I got loads of responses from last video and lots of people telling me about their favourite rifles and least favourite rifles, and that was really nice to see. And it was really nice to interact with all of you guys. However, I must ask that you keep it civil in the comments. So without further ado, let's get into this. And in the number 11 spot as the worst pistol in the game, we have the Mauser pistol. The Mauser has the distinction for being the only automatic pistol in the game, and whilst that is a strength, this thing has the stopping power of a wet paper bag, the accuracy of a broken bottle being tossed in the air by a drunkard, and it consumes ammo like a fat person consumes a chair when they sit down. Additionally, the recoil is horrific, and actually using automatic fire will almost always result in a pretty little cluster of bullet holes in the ceiling due to the massive recoil. Also, this thing cannot be silenced, which basically renders it useless, as the primary purpose of the pistol is covert ops at close range, and that's why it's incredibly important to have a silenceable pistol. So overall, the Mauser is just a liability. There's no reason to ever use it. In the number 10 spot, we have the HDM. The HDM is a semi-automatic silenced pistol designed for stealth ops, and it's so low on this list because the Welrod is just better. The HDM just isn't versatile enough to use functionally in all situations, and I did a video on the Welrod and HDM and came to the conclusion that the HDM is much worse at stealth. And in this video I'm going to be telling you that it's also worse at actual combat, mostly due to its hideous damage, often taking within excess of 5 shots to kill. The gun is accurate and quite spammable, but I'd just rather use a Welrod in pretty much every situation. And in the number 9 spot we have the Webley. The Webley has acceptable accuracy, good range, decent fire rate, and a stopping power of a bulldozer strapped to the Saturn V. Overall, the Webley is an incredibly competent pistol. However, the Webley is disadvantaged because of its inability to be silenced. We talked about this with the Mauser pistol, and it's so incredibly important to have a silenceable pistol for close quarters stealthery. It hurts me to put the Webley this low, because it's honestly an incredibly good pistol, but its inability to do anything quietly just ruins it. If you could silence a Webley, this thing would easily be in the top 5 pistols. In the number 8 spot, we have the Walther PPK. It hurts my soul to put the PPK this low, because it's just one of the coolest guns ever and I love its pieces. However, in Sniper Elite this thing just isn't very good. The damage is low, the accuracy is good, but it's not as good as that of the M1934, and the capacity is very low at only 6 rounds. Overall, the PPK isn't bad, it's just kind of underperforming, especially compared to its rival, the M1934. In the number 7 spot, we have the AP38. The AP38 is like a stepping stone between the powerful semi-auto pistols, like the Luger and the 1911, and the low-power accuracy-based pistols, like the M1934 and the PPK. However, by doing this, the AP38 is stuck in between two deeply desirable pistol categories. The damage is too low for you to use it over the Luger, and the accuracy is poor compared to like the PPK, so I just wouldn't use the AP38. It's not bad, it's just not good at anything. In the number 6 spot we have the Nagant Revolver. The Nagant is accurate, powerful, and has a good capacity of 7 rounds. All this makes the Nagant an incredibly deadly weapon in close to medium range, and additionally the Nagant can be silenced, and combined with its high power and fast bullet velocity, the Nagant is the ideal stealth weapon. However, the Nagant's disadvantage is that the reload is incredibly long, especially if one has expended all 7 rounds in the cylinder. This means that the Nagant can simply not deal with large groups of enemies, as civilizations will have risen and fallen islands will have appeared and disappeared, and years will have gone by before the Nagant finishes reloading. Hendrik Willem van Loon once said that high up in the north, in the land called Svifjod, I'll put that on the screen for you, there stands a rock. It is 100 miles high and 100 miles wide. Once every 1,000 years, a little bird comes to this rock to sharpen its beak. When the rock has thus been worn away, a single day of eternity will have gone by. 100,000 years of eternity will pass before the Nagant has finished reloading, and that's what keeps it this low, is reload time. Otherwise, it would have easily been a contender for first place. In 5th place, we have the Welrod. The Welrod is the best way to go in quiet in close range. The damage isn't up to much, but it's still much better than the HDM, and the accuracy is sensational. The range is surprisingly good, especially compared to the embarrassment that it was in Sniper Elite 3, and the 8-round magazine capacity is more than plenty. The Welrod's main issue is that it is bolt action instead of semi-automatic, which results in an awful fire rate. However, the Welrod is still better than the HDM in both stealth and main combat, due to the fact that the HDM requires 5 shots to kill, which makes it way too ammo hungry for practical combat, completely ignoring time to kill, which is dreadful too, compared to the Welrod, which only requires 3-ish shots to kill. In the number 4 spot, we have the M1934. I liked the Walther PPK because of its good accuracy, but complained about its low damage and magazine capacity. The M1934, whilst not as powerful as the big pistols, is incredibly accurate and quite spammable, whilst still having better damage than the PPK. Overall, the M1934 is better than the PPK in every way, apart from looks, obviously, because have you seen this thing? It's hideous. In 3rd place, we have the Luger. The Luger is an all-round excellent weapon, high damage, high capacity, good accuracy, decent rate of fire, and silencer friendly. I just simply don't have too much to say about the Luger because it just gets the job done. It's not in your face going, look how good I am, every 20 seconds, and it just sits there obediently and it does what you tell it to do. It's brilliant. In 2nd place, we have the M1911. The 1911 is simply excellent all round. Good damage, excellent accuracy, decent fire rate, excellent at stealth. The capacity isn't as good as that of the Luger, but 7 rounds is still plenty for most situations. Additionally, those who've completed the challenge associated with the 1911 in the Target Führer mission will unlock a special Eternal Struggle skin for the weapon, which definitely makes me think that Rebellion designed the 1911 to be the best pistol in the game, because it gets this special skin that no other weapon has. However, they must have forgot about this when they designed the true best pistol in the game, the Tokarev TT33. The TT33 is a mixed bag, and if you think the 1911 is better, then I can completely see where you're coming from. But for me, the TT33 just takes the cake. The magazine capacity is better than the 1911, the range is better, but the main thing for me is the damage of the TT33 is insane. This thing has the stopping power of 1,000 suns, and will absolutely decimate anybody who gets in its way. The 1911 has the accuracy edge, but it's not like the TT33 is inaccurate, so it's basically a non-issue except at extreme range. And that's why I think that the TT33 is hands down the best pistol in the game. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe and comment. It costs you nothing and it's a great way to help out the channel. Stay safe and goodbye.